Kashyyyk was the home world of the Wookiee race. Near the end of the Clone Wars, the Wookiees, with the help of the Republic clones and Jedi, were forced to repel a massive separatist invasion force. During the battle, Order 66 was issued, and the clones stationed on the planet turned on their Jedi leaders. So what happened to Kashyyyk and the Wookiees on it afterwards? In canon, shortly after the clones attacked the Jedi, the battle came to an end when the droid army was shut down from Mustafar. Unfortunately for the Wookiees, the conflict didn't end for them, as right after the droids were shut down, the remaining clones took control of the planet. When the new Empire solidified its control over the galaxy, it legalized slavery on certain alien species, including Wookiees. Thus, as a result, the Wookiees were all turned into slaves, even the children. They were forced to cut down their sacred trees for lumber, and were taken from their planet to work on Imperial superweapons like the Death Star. Others, even less fortunate, were used as test subjects for chemical weapons. At some point, an Imperial holonet reported that there was a Wookiee uprising, but it was shut down by Imperial forces with ease. A few years before the Battle of Endor, there was a massacre on a Wookiee population on Kashyyyk. This massacre was so brutal that it convinced Mon Mothma that there was no negotiating with the Empire, and that only force would end its tyranny over the galaxy. After the Battle of Endor, with the death of the Emperor, the remaining Empire went into turmoil, causing many worlds under its control to be locked down, including Kashyyyk. This lockdown caused supply shortages on the Wookiee planet. Despite knowing this, the emerged New Republic refused to run supply missions to the planet, forcing Han Solo and Chewbacca to undergo this mission themselves. They created a coalition formed from Wookiee refugees and mercenaries, and together they were able to successfully run supply missions. Eventually, the New Republic would act, and it liberated Kashyyyk from the Empire. And that's how far the story goes for Kashyyyk in canon. In Legends, a similar end to the Battle of Kashyyyk happened, with the battle ending when the droids were shut down and the clones taking over the planet afterwards. Under the rule of the Galactic Empire, Kashyyyk became a common sanctuary for surviving Jedi. A group of Jedi tried to escape to Kashyyyk, but they were tracked down and brought the full Imperial military might with them. Groups of Wookiees saw this as an opportunity to rebel against the Empire, so they aided the Jedi against the Imperial forces, but they were all defeated, resulting in the destruction of many Wookiee cities. Those that survived this battle were captured and turned into slaves to be used to construct the Death Star. Not even a year after this first battle, the Empire would return once again after news of Jedi Knight Kento Merrick being aided by Wookiees. Another battle ensued, this time against another Wookiee population on the planet, a population that was far more well-equipped than the last. Although the Wookiees were able to inflict serious casualties on the Imperial forces, they ultimately lost, and the Jedi Knight they were protecting was killed, along with his son being kidnapped by Darth Vader to be trained as a secret apprentice. Possibly as a way to punish the Wookiees for their costly uprisings, the Empire allowed Trandoshan slavers to enslave Wookiees for their personal means. The Empire also installed a sadistic Imperial captain to supervise slave projects on the planet, who would frequently hunt the Wookiees for his own pleasure. About a year after the destruction of the first Death Star, a blockade was implemented on Kashyyyk. Darth Vader also ordered a strict curfew on the remaining Wookiee populations as a way to squeeze out any rebels on the planet. After the Battle of Endor, Kashyyyk was eventually liberated by the New Republic, and soon it became an important member of the new galactic government. About 35 years later, Kashyyyk saw conflict once again after it aligned itself with the Jedi against Darth Caedus, resulting in an invasion that would take place on the planet. This time though, the Jedi and Wookiees were able to repel the invasion. Almost 100 years after that, the newly emerged Darth Krayt's Galactic Empire viewed the Wookiees as a threat, but instead of enslaving them like the previous Galactic Empire did, they decided to completely blockade the planet from the rest of the galaxy, isolating the Wookiees in the process. Although they allowed supplies and trade on Kashyyyk, they made it very clear that the Wookiees could not leave or be informed about what was happening in the galaxy. This allowed the new Empire to keep the Wookiees in check, without having to deal with costly revolts. And that's how far the story goes for Kashyyyk in Legends. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. And as always, may the Force be with you.